So unless you're hunting, not the bestest weather today. But that doesn't mean we still can't get a project completed. So let me show you what we intend to at least start today. So welcome to the inside of the greenhouse that we just recently built, and if you haven't checked out that series, be sure to do so after this video. But we got the shell of the building completed, and we put a couple little things in here, and I'll show you in a second. But there's a lot left to do to get ready for growing season in the spring. Predominantly, we need some work areas or surfaces and planting beds where we can start our little seedlings early in the spring and maybe overwinter some plants next fall. So today what I want to do is try a couple ideas, a couple different designs to make those work surfaces to plant some plants over the coming year. So let me show you what I have in mind. So first of all, you can see I got a couple 55-gallon drums there against the back wall. Those are my thermal heat sinks. So those are filled with water. And if the sun were shining today, those would heat up during the day and release their heat at night, keeping it a little bit warmer inside the greenhouse through the evening and extending or starting our growing season a little bit earlier. And they seem to be doing okay. I've done a couple tests. Come out here first thing in the morning before the sun comes up, and it's generally a good 8 to 10 degrees warmer in here, but I don't think that'll be sufficient to take us all the way through the northern Kentucky winter. But also over here you can see we dug up some pepper plants out of the garden and one tomato plant that's not doing great, but the peppers are doing fairly well, and they're hanging on here in the greenhouse. See, they're still growing some peppers there. So we'll keep them going as long as we can here in the greenhouse. But along both walls, so this side and the side with the peppers, is where I want to build my planting tables or planting beds and get ready for spring. So let me show you what my ideas are, and then we'll see how they turn out. So this definitely isn't going to prove that those thermal barrels work, but it is Halloween 2022, north central Kentucky, and we're sitting at 60 degrees inside of the greenhouse, and it's about 53 degrees outside this morning. All right, design concept number one is to make use of my remaining two 55-gallon drums. Yesterday came out here and rinsed them out and left them out in the rain. Now unfortunately, I've got ones with removable tops, and if you watch the other YouTube videos, a lot of people have made these into planters in the past, but it seems like they've all used the ones that were one piece. So I've got to figure out how to keep half a top on without it leaking. But looking forward to getting that figured out. But that's concept number one. Here is idea number two for the other side. So these are, I guess, about 4 feet long and 2 feet wide with welded on expanded metal to a angler frame. And they're pretty solid. Picked these up on Marketplace on Facebook. Paid quite a bit for them. I think I paid $30 a piece. But my intention is to make a traditional kind of tabletop with those. But the good thing about the expanded metal is the water can run right on through. Now unfortunately, out of those two options, the planting table and the barrel planting bed, I'm only going to have time this week to do one. So I think I'm going to start with the planting table, and then don't forget to hit subscribe so you can check out me building the barrel planting bed next week. And I've got a small pile of pressure treated lumber left over from the greenhouse build, and that's what we're going to use to build our frames. So at this point in the video you might be thinking, Gladstone, looks like you're building it upside down. And to that I would say, yep, I am building it upside down. So it's kind of how I intend on assembling it once I get it out to the greenhouse, and then hopefully I can flip it over. But time to build some legs. So now it's time to take it apart and drag the two parts, the bottom half and the top cover, which is now on the bottom, out to the greenhouse in the rain and try to put it back together. So once I got it out there in the greenhouse, I saw there wasn't a whole lot for staging area, so I'm going to try to put it together right side up. This is friggin' heavy. Woo! We did it. Now we just got to screw it together. So there we go. There's our first bench. Well, at least the meat of it. It's time for the potatoes now. So I'm going to put a little shelf here on the end and a shelf underneath. And then I will check back in with you and show you how it turned out in the end. Oh, and the sun has come out. Very nice. Well, there we go. We got the first of the two planter tables completed. Hopefully you enjoy this episode, and next week we'll try the barrel and see if we can make a planter out of that as well. So as always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Got any comments or questions, leave them below. And until the next episode, bye-bye.